Hi everyone, I'm Peggy. Welcome to my page. I'm your Seint 3D makeup artist where we use one brush and one palette to create one layer of makeup. I'm 67 years old. My odometer is getting ready to roll over, but the beauty of Seint still gives me that confidence and I feel like myself, only better when I wear it. So let's get started. Seint is different from anything else you've ever worn because your foundation shades consist of 3 shades, not 1. They are strategically placed, they are cream, and we're going to strategically blend them to where each shade is going to stay where you put it, and it's going to give you that 3-dimensional look. Let's face it, our faces aren't flat. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to start with is contour. I have never worn contour until Seint, but boy, am I glad I found it. I'm just going to put a little on my finger and I'm going to place the contour on the hard parts of my face, like my forehead. And what is that going to do? Why am I putting a shade that is so looks like it's good for me? Because we're creating shadows. What we're doing is we're going to give that little bit of a lift, feel for the cheekbone, start right at the corner of your eye and go right up towards the top of your ear. I like to put a little bit wider of a line than most because I am a contour junkie. I love contour. Contour is going to be a dark, cool shade. Now we're going to just feel for that cheekbone, start right here at the corner and go straight up. There we go. Now, what would your contour shade be? I don't know. I would need to color match you because these shades, this palette, is custom color matched to me. These are my perfect shades. Now, we're going to define, the jawbone. We're going to go right past this jowl that I have and up towards the bottom part of the ear. We're creating a shadow again to just define that jawbone. There we go. What we're doing is we're bringing parts of the face forward that we want you to see, and that's just going to give us a little bit of a lift and a little more of a chiseled look. Once you hit 60, well, you already know everything goes south. Now, I have these 2 divots right here due to the jowls. So what I'm going to do is start at one divot, go down under my neck, get a little bit more, and just connect the 2. Now, do you see the shadow that created? I put a shadow there because I have a turkey neck and it's very wrinkled and I don't want that to be what people see. If you have a double chin, we're going to start about right here, come even further down because that part's going to be out on your neck. Come a little further down and stop it over here. That's going to create a shadow that's going to bring your chin forward and make that noticeable, not so much what you have going on down here. Now, I'm going to contour my nose. So what I'm going to do, I have contour on my pinky. I'm going to rub these pinkies together. Put them so that they touch right at the bridge or right at where my nose starts and come right down the top. Why did I do that? This is going to elongate my nose and make it look just a little bit narrower. Again, this is going to be me when we finish, but a little bit better. Now, we're going to move to the next shade that I would color match you for, which would be your brightening shade. Where the brightener goes is where the light would naturally hit your face, and that's where we want to accentuate. So we're going to go bright, a little bit lighter. We're going to go between the eyebrows on the forehead and come down the center of the nose. Now, do you see how with that little bit of darkness creating a shadow and then the brightness, how it elongates and it also narrows my nose? It's camouflaging at its best. Now, we're also going to brighten the Cupid's bow and the center of the chin. Now, the eyes. I have crepe skin under my eyes, so I don't want to put a lot of product under there. So I'm just going to come to the outer corner and the inner corner with the least little bit of product. Now, when we blend, a little will go underneath on that crepe skin, but it's not going to settle into any fine lines or wrinkles. It's just going to give it the illusion of a smooth look. Now, if you have marionette lines and laugh lines and they create a shadow just because of the fold, just take a little bit of the brightener, again, this second shade, and we're just going to put it on there where we created shadows with the darker shade. We're taking away that shadow from the fold with our brightener. Now, will the fold still be there? Of course, it will, but it's not going to be as noticeable. Now we're going to move to my main shade, and the main shade is just a filler shade where you don't have any other makeup. See how we're just putting a little bit with our finger. Now I do have rosacea, so I went with a shade that's just has a little bit of yellow in it, and what that does is it cancels out the red. Now, we don't have any product right here, so there you go. So as you see, I have my contour shade, I have my main shade, and then I have my brightening shade. Placement is finished. That's it. Now we're going to blend, but I like to put my lip and cheek shade on first. Yes, lips and cheeks, so you get blush and lipstick. Now, just because it's Christmas, I am going with one of my favorite reds, which is Pop. And she does pop. Now, notice I didn't come all the way to the corner of my mouth. The reason for that is if you come all the way to the corner like we used to, it's going to drag your smile down. We want everything going up. We're looking to lift our faces. So here we go. I love Pop. It's just a great red. If you're a bright red girl, then this is your shade. If not so much, it's okay. We have other shades that tend to be a little bit on the purple side or like a blue red. So there we go. Now, for my blush shade, again, I'm using Pop. I'm going to go right above my contour shade. There we go. When you brighten too, it also helps get rid of the bags. I caught a bag right there, see right here. But the brightening shade is going to take care of that too when we blend. Now, we strategically placed everything. This is what it looks like on. Ridiculous. And it's like, okay, what are you supposed to do with that now? We're going to blend. This is my favorite brush from Seint. It's the 3D brush. I love to blend with the fluffy end, and also with the domed end is great for around the eyes without pulling that tender skin. So I have some setting spray. Excuse me. I usually have it by me. You need to set cream makeup. And this is also the beauty of with Seint cream. It is going to hydrate my face as I use it, but it does need to be set. So you can either do it with setting powder, and it doesn't have to be Seint's, but vanilla dust is beautiful, or a setting spray. And again, doesn't have to be Seint setting spray. If you have one you love, then use it. Now, I like to blend with a damp brush. What you can do is blend and then spray your face or use a perfector sponge. The choice is yours. I love having options. So now, let's spray my brush. Yep, this one is like almost empty. It's just bleh. Okay, so I have some setting spray on here. Normally, I wouldn't have to squirt it that many times, but it's got one sprayer. Now, what I like to do is tap it on my hand, and what that does is it gets any excess out of the brush to where it's just damp. It's not soaking wet. Now, let's start at the jawline, and we're just going to circle around. I'm barely touching my face. What I'm doing is soft blending. Then we're going to drag it down our neck. This is the only time you want to bring your makeup down. Other than that, you want it to go up. Now, we start with my main shade, and I'm just going to stipple. I'm staying with the main and the brightener to blend. I'm going to save the contour to blend last, for last. There we go. Now look how pretty and smooth that is. It's going to leave a glow. And you see how we're leaving each shade in its own spot. We're not going all over the place. We're not blending it all together because you don't want to blend it all together. Now again, I'm going to flip my brush and catch under my eyes and see how you just tap it. You don't pull it. Same thing on the nose, just a little tap, because you can blend this makeup out if you blend too much. See how you still can see the shadows and the brightening that I did, but it's not harsh like here with the contour or up here with the contour on my forehead. Now, I'm going back to the fluffy end, and I'm just going to continue to stipple around. There we go. Again, you don't want to blend like this. If you blend like this, you're going to blend everything together. And I know that's how we were taught to blend, but we're blending strategically as we placed strategically. So each shade stays in its area. Now, with contour, it's a little bit different of a consistency of cream. So I like to just give it gentle swirls, just a little swirl. But you can see how I did not blend out the shadow that it creates. Let it work for you, not against you. Now, we're going to come to the cheeks. Up and down twice, just to give a soft blend on the contour. Then I'm going to grab that contour and I'm going to grab my lip and cheek and drag it up into my temple. Now, can you blend your contour and then come back and do your lip and cheek? Yes, this is how I like to do it. There aren't a lot of rules with this makeup. You make it you, other than keep your shades in the correct places where they should be. There we go, up and down. Now grab it and right up into the temple. There you go. We are done. Can you believe that? Everything I used was in this one palette, and I used this one brush and my finger. That was it. What could be simpler? Now, does Seint have eyeshadows and bronzers and illuminators? Yes, yes, and yes. It has everything except mascara. But where you start, the beauty that you start with, are these 4 shades. I would love to custom color match you for your perfect shades, because again, these are created for me and were color matched for me. So how do you get started with Seint? That's so simple. I'll have a number probably on the screen about right there. I want you to text the word not hashtag, the symbol of hashtag, and then match to that number. You'll get the link. Open the link. And this is where it gets really scary. I want you to go to a window in your home and look outside. Open those curtains and look outside. Look at your garden that's right below the window. Whatever is outside. Natural light coming in, hitting your makeup-free face. Yes, makeup-free. I know. Scary, scary, but I promise it's going to be okay. Try to get all of your face, a little bit of your neck, and some of your décolleté if you can. If not, just give me your face and we'll go from there. What I want you to do as you're looking out that window and the natural light, now not sunlight, natural light is hitting your face, is look straight into your phone and take a selfie. Upload that selfie to that link and I'll do the rest. When you get your color match, you're going to have several things recommended. All you really need are these 4 shades. And again, the lip and cheek, if you don't like the one I chose for you, change it. This is your choice. Make it your own. These 3, though, this will be your foundation. These 3 shades. I love it. And the other thing, Seint has a 30-day money-back guarantee, so what do you have to lose? I thank you for joining me today. You've blessed me with your presence. Any questions, drop them in the comments or direct message me either way. I'm happy to help. Again, I'm Peggy. I'm 67 years old, and you be the reason someone smiles today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.